Welcome to the BBN Network. You're watching high school basketball live on Basha's fully student-ran broadcast. Tonight, these two teams are separated by only 5 miles, but their rivalry runs deep. The last time the two met up was in January, where Basha won 65-56 on Hamilton territory. Now, they'll have a chance to defend their den.
First person shooter mode, we turning your son to a funeral. To the just say they don't office, you better be talking about working in cubicles. Yeah, them boys had a lot, but I knew the code. Lot of debating my numero, not the 3, not the 2, I'm the UNO. Yeah. Numero UNO, me and Drizzy like the Super Bowl, man. Then it big as the biggest the what? Biggest the what? Biggest the what?
Big as the Super Bowl, but the difference is it's just 2 guys playing that they did in the studio. Usually send they verses back to me and they be terrible, just like a 2-year-old. I love a dinner with some fine women when they start debating about who the GOAT. I'm like, blue head, say it then. Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who you really rooting for? Like a kid that had bad from January to November. It's just you and Cole. Biggest the what? Biggest the what? Biggest the what? Biggest the Super Bowl.
BBN Rivalry Month matchup live here on the BBN Network, where 2 CUSD teams are competing for their shot at an Open State Championship. Basha and Hamilton here at the Bear Den. Jaden Ricken, Tay Fitzpatrick, a little bit of an interruption in the middle, and Emmett Morris down on the sideline tonight. Tay, you know from football what these rivalry games are like. What are you looking for tonight?
I mean, Jaden, you gotta love it. Love the atmosphere here. You can tell it's a rivalry. This rivalry been around for around 20 years now, ever since Basha was founded, and I can't wait for this game tonight, Jaden.
And we know that Basha's been playing really well lately, right? They're 4 out of 5 in their last 5 games, but their only loss coming to the #1 team in the state of Arizona, the Perry Pumas, who are on the verge of four-peating in the Open State Championship. Hamilton, on the other hand, they've been struggling. They've only won 3 games on the road so far this year, and previously, as we mentioned, they lost to Basha at home in January with a final score of 65-56. They're going to have to play excellently tonight with their hot shooters if they want to win.
Well, yeah, Jaden, as we know, the road to victory is paved pretty much behind the arc. And with Hamilton, it's Devon Harris, who's averaging 14.5 points a game. And last week, he shot 50% from behind the arc against Castile. On the other hand, you've got the electric playmakers of Kingston Montague and Mason McGee. Jaden, if Basha can get hot early, it's going to be a long night for the Huskies.
Oh, there's a very decent chance of that. With that, let's throw it over to Emmett Morris with more from the sideline.
Yeah, guys, the Huskies know that this is a must-win game for them if they want a chance at a state championship. The good news for both teams, though, is that there are no injuries, so expect a tough and competitive game. I talked to Coach Mike Rojas for the game, and he said the Bears need to play disciplined and foul-free basketball, which killed them against Perry. Talked to Coach Harris from Hamilton, and he said that they need to pass and spread the ball around if they want to have a chance to beat the Bears here tonight. Back to you, Jaden.
Thank you for that, Emmett. We're going to now throw it down to PA announcer Paul Olson for the national anthem. We'll be back right after.
Varsity matchup pits the Huskies of Hamilton High against your Basha Bears. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem and the presentation of our colors by our very own AMJ ROTC color guard.
All right, Tate, the stage is set tonight for a really good matchup between two big rival schools, Basha, Hamilton. Basha, they're in their 22nd year right now, so Hamilton's had a little bit more experience under their belt, but that doesn't lessen this rivalry at all. And we know Basha coming off of a tough loss to Perry last Friday. They're looking to get back on it, while Hamilton just wants to get something started. Their team really needs it in terms of morale. Mason McGee gets over to Middlebrook. Deshaun down the lane, gets it in. Basha off to an early 2-0 lead. And now it's up to Frazier Taylor. Taylor makes a move in the corner. Isaiah Terry's shot won't go. Rebounded by Basha. Four out, one in. Middlebrook makes the pass down low, holds on to it and gets it in. Leighton Leonard.
Basha, we've seen them killing it from the three in the past couple of games. Here it seems like they're going to drive it into the paint a little bit more this game.
Colin Schreiner almost gets the steal when Marquise Cole Jr. lost control of the ball. And Tate, one thing we've talked about with these games is how Basha has been super hot from behind the three, but that doesn't always work for them. They need to learn how to utilize their bigs inside, specifically now with Deshaun Middlebrook, as McGee gets almost tripped up in the corner. Harris knocks it down. Hamilton on the board for their first time tonight. McGee fights, and a foul will be called.
You can already see here tension's high in this game. We get a foul early here. Just shows you about the rivalry.
That was a good job by McGee. He's able to draw that contact, right? He gets down there and he knows he can be a little bit more physical because they may be able to put some more pressure on him drawing that foul. Middlebrook sees it wide open, spins, finishes. Too easy for him, Tate, too easy.
In Middlebrook, he's one that we didn't really see early in the season, but is turning it on here late.
And a good response there from Cole Jr. Hamilton down by one. Now, we haven't seen Basha's star freshman get activated yet. Leonard from three, though. Not yet. They're still a little cold, a little icy. And Leonard will tap that out of bounds. Stay Hamilton's ball. A good defense there from Basha. They were able to play that transition coming off of Leonard's missed shot. That's another thing that Basha's really improved on this season. And you can't blame them when they've got, two freshmen. They are going to get better. But that transition defense is something they're able to pick up on now way more efficiently than they were, say, back in November.
And that's something that Coach Grotehouse has been stressing all year long. The transition offense and the defense, being able to get back, defend the hoop, as well as being to get forward in scoring baskets.
Same spot, same shot. Harris 0 for 2 right now. The shot clock reset. Hamilton has plenty of time. Takes it inside. Cole Jr., no foul called. Middlebrook makes a move, finishes again. This time it won't go. And Diego Gonzalez will want to lose control of the ball there. .5:30 remaining here in the first. Basha up 6-5. Back and forth. McGee pulls up for three. Gets it to go.
Montague to McGee for three.
It's great vision there by McGee and great confidence, right? He's taking those shots. He's not hesitating. He knows it's a catch and shoot, and he's able to execute. Taylor through traffic, holds on to it somehow. Cole Jr. for three. And McGee with the rebound behind the back, right-handed finish around traffic. And that's going to force Hamilton's first timeout of the night.
Jaden, Mason McGee, he is hot early here. He's been shooting threes. He's been driving in. They just can't stop him.
He's the spin cycle, the Tasmanian devil, whatever you want to call him. He's got great handling. It's something I've seen with basketball in high school. Tell you, sometimes you'll have people with really good ball handling skills, but they're not able to finish. They're not able to make the passes, right? They're just really good with the flashy moves. McGee's able to translate those type of highlight clip practice things into his game so fluidly. You can see it there. He gets the rebound, takes it all the way down court, nice and calm. As soon as he gets inside, boom, behind the back, right-handed finish through 3 people. That is just incredible.
I mean, not only that, Jaden, but he makes almost all of his threes, too. You try and guard him beyond the arc, he's going to drive in. You try and guard him in the paint, he's going to go out and pop a 3 on you. There's just no way to defend him.
You just can't leave him open. It's as simple as that. Zone defenses are not going to work as well, so you've got to play man on him, but you've also got to make sure whoever you're putting on him is not going to get burned, because McGee, like you said, can finish from anywhere on the court. Following the timeout, Basha still leading by 6, 4:40 remaining here in the first quarter. As Hamilton looks to respond in transition. Great move from Drew Alexander. No foul call as he applies the pressure. Middlebrook to McGee. Finds Alexander. Just working it around Leonard. Ball move. Now Cole Jr. to the basket. Draws the foul.
Great vision there by Fraser Taylor. I have no clue how he got that pass there. Went through 2 hands of Basha. Wasn't able to finish the layup, but he's going to the line.
Well, I'm surprised this is the first time we've seen Hamilton go to the line tonight, because there's been a lot of physicality when they go up at the rim, and they've just not been very lucky. The refs are calling it in Basha's favor, so now Hamilton's able to utilize that, get a chance to put another free 2 up on the board. Nails the first. And we see Hamilton's first substitutions of the night as Isaiah Terry comes into the game alongside Nate Tainsky. And he's 2 for 2 from the foul line. Bears up by 4. No changes in Basha's roster yet. Alexander with the good move, leads open. Middlebrook. He's so tough to guard.
They have not been able to guard him tonight, Jaden. I mean, only ways to foul is what it seemed like tonight.
Well, and he's getting doubled, and they're still fouling him. Oh, nice little low bounce pass from McGee. Leonard's there to finish it off.
Leighton Leonard, we've been seeing it all season long. Really good at using his body, boxing people out, and finishing on those layups.
We'll see what Tainsky can do first time in the game. He's got some moves on him. A lot of traffic on the far side of the court. All the way up at the logo, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Loses control. Now on the fast break, Leonard gets it to McGee. And it was no dunk. Hamilton can't respond. Basha with the board. They've got to slow down. Middlebrook with the pump fake. Leonard slings it in, and that was really weird. We got to talk about the McGee dunk there. He went up for it, but he's hanging on to the rim before the ball was even in his hands. Very confusing dunk.
I mean, the entire timing was thrown off when Leighton Leonard kind of got mixed up there. Weird pass, but got it there, and then the dunk hit the front of the rim, and he just hung there, and it didn't go in.
And that's another situation where we see a lot of contact at the rim, no foul called. And it's going to be tough for Hamilton to deal with. I'll call a tech later on. Call that a Marquise Cole Jr. Must have said something to someone. Can you blame him, though? I mean, he's getting hit every time. As Kingston Montague misses the first. Stay tuned for what is my favorite segment on our broadcast. Don't know if it's Tate's, where we do our shoe of the game. It'll be in the second half. You don't want to miss it. Rushing High School basketball live here on the BBN Network. Jaden Ricken, Tate Fitzpatrick, Emmett Morris down on the sideline tonight. And he gets that one, and this will bring up the third. Excuse me. This will bring up the pass in. Following the technical, 17-7, Bears in the lead by 10. Jordan Gulliford with the ball. This is the first time in the game tonight. He's got a lot of pressure, doubled. Find the open guy. McGee downtown.
Montague to McGee for three.
Mason McGee, 2 for 2 behind the three-point line from tonight. Driving the hoop whenever he wants. He's just having his way this game.
When they take shots like that, it lets Middlebrook rest as well. And when you've got a bigger guy like Middlebrook, you've got to get him some time to breathe. And I think that dynamic is really what's helped the Bears so far. Hamilton, they're just playing really far back. Taylor at the logo once again. Waits for the screen from Terry. Pulls up. Won't go. And what a shot. I really thought that almost went in for a second as Kingston Montague just throws it up.
And those are the ones he makes. We've seen him do it all year long. He is such a good shooter. That one, of course, rims out, but I wouldn't expect him to stop making those shots anytime soon.
A 13-point game, just under 2 minutes as DJ DeTrizio and Griffey Williams take the court. Griffey Williams, member of the Basha Bear Network. And DJ, one of our faves here as well, Tate. Down low, Brush knocks it in. McGee eyes the court, he's feeling the double team. Just working it around, looking for somebody to get open. They've got Griffey on the backside. DeTrizio's blocked. Now Terry all the way. Won't finish at the rim. McGee on the cherry pick, spin move, right-handed. Too easy. It is just too easy for him.
It doesn't matter who's guarding him, which one of his teammates are on the court, he's going to score somehow.
Basha's still playing full court defense. Gulliford doesn't get burnt, but McGee does. And that one's good. You can't leave Harris open. Another foul call, and clearly Basha feeling confident with most of their starters out right now, and we're still in the first quarter. A stark contrast to one of their other home rivalry games 2 weeks ago when they took on Chandler. They expected it to be a blowout, as the last time they played the Wolves, they won by 51 points. That game was super close. Basha down at halftime, and it took them half of the second half to make a comeback, and even then it was close right up until the end. So Basha kind of getting a do-over on a blowout rivalry type game, although it's far from over. One second difference on the shot clock. Basha, they're not looking to rush anything right now today. They're just holding it, waiting. They're going to take a shot at the last second. Gets it out to Williams. Here comes DeTrizio. Finds Alexander, corner. And that'll end the first here from the Bear Den. And that ball hit a cheerleader down court. Down on the sideline, Emmett Morris with more.
Thanks, Jaden. Coach Grohouse absolutely loves the pressure the Bears have been applying in the first quarter, but he says the Bears need to get the offensive rebound to give him second chances. Now, something they need to do defensively is get the ball out of Marquise Cole Jr.'s dominant hand so they can try and force a steal. But so far, the Bears have looked well, according to Coach Grohouse. Back to you guys.
Thank you for that, Emmett Morris. Always love hearing from him. And 1 quarter in, Tate, Basha up by 10, 22-12. And I know me and you noticed this, but tonight before the game, we saw a lot of scouts here.
Yeah, we really did. Coming here probably to scout Mason McGee, and what a night for him he's been having so far. Already 8 points on the board. Check that, 10 points on the board after that layup he just got. Having a great night.
He really is. He's dominant down low. We've seen him, be dangerous from deep as always. And Basha just getting everybody involved right now. This is great reps for some of the bench players, right? Griffey, DJ, Goliford, all of them are getting in. And that's one of the reasons you like to see a little bit bigger of leads, because it means that more of your team can become better equipped to play. And when you think about people like Griffey Williams and DJ DeTrizio, both sophomores, they don't come in very much. So if you want them to be ready to be varsity starters in the next year or two, these type of reps are really what's going to prepare them for that.
Another thing to point out, last week against Perry, DeJean Middlebrook fouled out, which really, that's when the game started slipping away from them. So maybe they're trying to get more depth in their team, so then if somebody does foul out, then they'll be able to replace them.
Goliford with the steal. Alexander to his right says, I'm taking it for myself.
Basket by Goliford.
Tanky, double team, escapes to Taylor in the corner. Brush for 3. Leonard with the rebound. Alexander works the baseline. He's trying to spin, bounce pass. Leonard down low. And look at the hustle there. I mean, he is truly playing full court defense. He's not just running through the motions. Good 3 from Hamilton. Davian Harris with the shot. Hamilton's defense still struggling to shut down anything Basha's doing. Montague, and 1.
Basha is just having their way right now. 24 points, heading to the line too. I mean, Hamilton just hasn't been able to stop them. They have no answer for this Basha attack, and it seems like some starters are getting put back in. Jaden, it's probably going to be a long night for the Huskies.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that anymore, Tate. Something we got to talk about, though, when we looked at Hamilton and Basha's previous matchup where the final score was 65-56 and a 9-point game. Obviously not a blowout, but it was pretty close, relatively speaking. But the box score doesn't tell the full story. That game, we talked to head coach Grothaus, and he mentioned how basically half the team was out with the flu. Mason was playing at a very limited level. Deshaun was out, and the flu basically spread through the entire locker room. And Basha still won by 9, so now a fully healthy roster. I think that's the difference maker for why the score is so much greater. Basha struggling to get back on defense, and a pull-up shot. Not sure that was the one to take. McGee, Leonard.
Leonard to McGee.
Bundleruski.
Oh, Jaden. But that is his third 3 of the night. He is 3 for 3 currently. What a night he's having.
Great move there from Cole Jr., and that's a backcourt violation.
Backcourt violation.
Trey Terry felt the pressure, but Cole Jr. played it perfectly. He went on that backdoor cut, and if Trey Terry could have gotten the pass off there, that could have been an easy score. McGee throws it up. Leonard didn't get there in time for the alley-oop, but he does get it in.
Leighton Leonard, what an athlete he is. You can tell why he was ranked so high coming into high school. Just a great asset for the Bears.
He's scary. Like, that would scare me to guard Tate. I don't care if I'm his height. I mean, he is just so athletic. I'd be worried about getting dunked on. Obviously, that's why I'm not an athlete anymore, but it certainly would be a challenge to guard somebody with his type of athleticism.
And, I mean, Hamilton's going to have to worry about him for the next 4 years. He is only a freshman.
That's something we keep seeing with these teams in Arizona is they just know how to get their youth prepared for high school ball. I mean, think about this. How many freshman players are on varsity within just our city of Chandler? And then if you look at the stats maybe 20, 30 years ago, I mean, varsity, the whole point is that it's juniors and seniors, right? It's the guys at the end of high school once they've matured. The game has completely changed now. And with these club teams, kids are prepared for high school before they're even in middle school. Harris trying to spark something for Hamilton, scores his 12th. McGee, calm, cool, and collected. Another alley-oop attempt. This one a little too high from Montague. Loses control and on the ground, slipping, sliding. Leonard holds on to it. McGee gets the finish.
And they're just having fun out there right now, Jaden, throwing alley-oops, getting fast breaks.
And they're getting boards right now. They're rebounding against the Hamilton team that's beating them on transition. Schreiner, green bean!
And Jaden, I think we've got to talk about it. That's one of the first times you've ever said that for a Colin Schreiner 3.
Look, I love talking to Colin. He's a great guy off the court. And every time I talk to him, he's like, hey, are you doing the game tonight? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, no. You know I'm not going to make any threes now. And I'm like, no, you're fine. You're going to do it. But he thinks it's bad luck whenever we're here. At least that's starting to change right before the playoffs start. Fingers crossed. 38-18, just under 4:30 here. In the second quarter, Basha leading by 20, and it looks like their lead is going to continue to grow. I don't see much stopping it tonight. Gonzalez dribbles around. Good move, baited Middlebrook. Basha got a hand on it there, prevented an easy three-point shot. Now Harris, hot, makes a move, drives, kicks it out, three, bang! Schreiner thought about it for a second. Grodhouse gonna call a timeout. He's really trying to run up the score. If you're calling a timeout up 17 when you're holding the ball, there's clearly something he sees that they can still exploit to get around this Hamilton defense. But, I mean, that's really been the Achilles heel for the Huskies, Tate. They cannot defend Basha, and when they're on defense, they can't seem to get rebounds either.
The offensive boards have been insane for Basha tonight. They just can't stop scoring. 38 points already in the first half. With 4 minutes left to play in the second quarter, I'd expect them to keep on scoring, but also something to look at. Hamilton right now, they've made 5 threes. In any other game, you'd be really happy about that. But right now, those 5 threes, they're basically the only points they've scored. They haven't really scored much of anything else.
They've got those. They've got 2 points from the foul line, and maybe throw a layup in there if you're feeling generous. But their offense has been stunted because Basha just has great defenders. So the way you beat that is you've got to play good defense. They're running a zone right now. And like we mentioned, you've got to play man on McGee. They're going to swing it. McGee over everybody. And that'll be Hamilton's ball. A lot of photographers out here tonight. These CUSD games always bring out all the cameras, ourselves included. I was at the Castile game a few weeks ago recording some highlights there, and I don't know if I've ever seen that many photographers at a regular season game tape. There was probably 30 of us. Harrison, I'm worried about him right now. He is really electric from behind the three. Middlebrook pump fake. Makes a move. Athletic. Fighting. Alexander gets it in.
What a play by Drew Alexander there. We've talked about Mason McGee, of course, how good he is. Drew Alexander kind of gets overshadowed. He dropped that pass, got it from behind his back, picked it up, and scored that layup. Magical.
If you've watched our broadcasts for the past 2-3 years, you would know I'm a longtime fan of Alexander before he was a starter last season. I always thought he needed to get in more. He's been such an excellent player to watch. Montague, it's his second kind of rush shot, we'll put it like that. We know that he's really good, but set your feet. McGee, great pump fake, dribbles, finishes, won't go. Middlebrook with the rebound as he loses it. And Basha's got to slow the tempo of the game right now. If you're the ones in the lead, Harris, slow the game down. You're the one in the lead by 16. Why are you the ones rushing up three-point shots? Alexander with the putback. Cole Jr. with the move, hit out of bounds by McGee. Will knock him for a foul first.
Right now, Basha needs to slow down this game, Jaden. Fouling there, that's okay for them. They're up a decent amount, but right now you're up 18. You were up, 25 earlier. They're getting a little bit of momentum with these threes they're making. Just slow the game down. Hold the ball, drive to the hoop, and make your layups.
See some more substitutions as DeTrizio and Gulliford come back onto the court. And Tatum already kind of starting to scout out our shoe of the game. There's some standouts tonight. We talked about it before, and I want your opinion. How much do you think just the average high school basketball athlete's shoe collection is worth? Some of these are expensive, like way more expensive than you would think.
I'm unsure, Jaden. Never really gotten to having multiple shoes,
You've
but
got to have a number somewhere.
I don't really
Ballpark
know,
me.
Jaden.
All right, you know, come on, ballpark, something.
Well, here's the thing. I don't want to sound stupid on a live broadcast, Jaden.
True. Good rebound there from Terry. I'll put it at $600. I think that's the average high school basketball player's collection. Harris, this one's too short. And Gulliford's just got to slow it down, but him and Middlebrook really push it. And that's what happens is they lose control. Just under a minute now here in the second. Bears in the lead, 42-26. You're watching live on the BBN Network. We appreciate you all tuning in. Stay tuned as we round out the regular season with Basha's senior night next week, and then we will move into the Open Division playoffs. What a shot off the board.
Jaden, do my eyes deceive me, or did that one just go in somehow?
That's like in golf, or like mini golf, when you hit it off a wall and it's a really crazy shot. I've never seen that in basketball. Middlebrook responds quickly. Put up three for him. Some excitement here in the final 45 seconds of the first half. Taylor escapes a double, finds another. And they will call foul down low. 6.8 seconds left. And Basha's just going to dribble it up court, throw up a three. McGee beats the full court, spins. No way, Alexander. That would have been a great way to end the first half, huh, Tate?
It really would have been, Jaden, going in with that three-pointer, but sadly, no.
Great half for the Bears. I mean, seriously, what a start. Played excellently, great defense, great shooting. There's not much more to say. Emmett Morris is down on the sideline in a moment with head coach Michael Grodhouse.
Micro House. Coach, really impressive half for you guys. Is there any adjustments you guys need to make for the second half?
Yeah, we got to guard the three-point line a little bit better. They've made about 6 or 7 of them, you know, and give them credit. They're hitting some, but we got to do a better job guarding the three-point line. But 45 points and a half is pretty good.
Anything offensively you need to adjust?
No, just keep attacking. Keep being who we are, share the ball, shoot the ball, get back and defend and rebound.
You guys have really put on pressure tonight against Hamilton. Is this something that really just transpired from the Perry game?
Yeah, I mean, that's who we try to be all year. I mean, we're an up-tempo team. We want to play at our pace, but it starts on the defensive side. We want to try to speed guys up. We're capable. You know, just continue to get stops and get out in transition.
Thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
And Tate, we know it was an explosive first half for the Bears. They came out hot from everywhere on the court. McGee fighting down low. A lot of help on the outside. And the Bears have been playing, they're just having fun. They've gotten some of their bench players in, and they're really working together as a team right now.
They really are. They've been doing a great job of that this game. Something that we haven't really seen as much of, especially in that Chandler game a couple weeks back. But it's been a great showing tonight in how they can really work as a team no matter who's on the court, and they beat their opponents.
It's great practice for all of them. Coach Groothouse said to us he's treating these final few regular season games like every single one is an open state championship. This Middlebrooks jumper is no good. Leonard tries to fight for the steal. And we know Basha's keeping up that intensity, but they've had their bench players in. And if you're treating Harris, he just can't miss from behind the three.
6 for 10 from behind the three-point arc. What a night he's been having, carrying this Hamilton team.
And Montague turns it over before a foul is called. But if you're playing every game like an open state championship game and you have every single person on your bench playing at some point, that's got to be one really great open state championship game. I mean, that's just crazy.
I mean, they're really just trying to rotate people in, get them some reps, because what if they do need to get in that open championship game? Someone fouls out, somebody gets injured. You need somebody to step up.
Realer words have never been said, Tate, as Cole Jr. almost just got somebody put on a poster, and there goes Leonard with the dunk of his own in response.
And he finally got it. They tried it 3 times in the first half with the alley-oop. Didn't get it. There it goes.
Give you a little behind-the-scenes story here after the travel is called. So when we were filming the boys basketball hype video, we have them do a bunch of dunks and stuff, right? All right, show us your coolest dunk. And they're dunking and they're doing all this crazy stuff. You have never seen, like, the NBA dunk contest needs to go. Get these guys out there. One of them had a dunk, and I literally jaw dropped. I'm just standing there, like, you could see my face. I was just mouth wide open. I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. Leonard turns it over. Hamilton, pedal to the metal, pulls up for 3. And that one's soaring off into the sunset.
Baseline OB, possession of Hamilton.
Remain Hamilton's ball. Frazier Taylor going to be the one to inbound it. Finds Harris. Same spot, same shot, different result. Montague, uncharacteristic of him so far this game, Tate. He usually is good with three-pointers because he's taking smart ones. Now he gets any sort of line of sight with the basket. He's like, I'm throwing it up.
I mean, and usually that's kind of his mentality in every other game, but he makes those shots. Tonight he's 0 for 5 from behind the arc, not having the best game from three-pointer perspective, but he's been leading this team. He had a drive earlier. He's been making his free throws so far. Hopefully I didn't just curse him, but we'll see how the night keeps on going on.
And Basha with 2 more games left in the regular season ahead of this. They'll face Chandler at Chandler 2 days from now, and then next Tuesday for senior night, they'll take on Castile here at home before we move into the Open State playoffs. For Hamilton, they have 3 games left as well. They take on Perry at home on February the 7th. They'll take on Chandler at home next Tuesday before also finishing off their season against Castile. This time they'll be at Castile. Way to hold on to the ball. Hamilton keeps possession. Harris is there to finish the job, and he gets okay. I'm gonna get real. No more alley-oop. They're clip farming right now, Tate. They are clip farming out there, and they've made horrible passes like 5 times in a row.
And Coach Groothouse, we see, is upset with some of that.
I get having fun, but I mean, what are we doing?
At some point, it's just got to stop.
Yeah,
dude.
it's a little much. It's like, all right, we missed it the first 4 times. And Leonard just bounces off of him. Gets the steal, though, and he holds on to it. No foul call.
It's almost like Basha's playing a little bit too loose right now, not being serious enough about the game.
It's an 18-point game. Not saying it's a blowout. Not saying the game's over. I'm also not saying that Hamilton really has a chance. Montague, still frosty. All the way. McGee, no foul called, although that is a really questionable no call. McGee with the move, behind the three, feels the pressure. Rebounded by Hamilton. Harris on Schreiner. Harris off a glass.
Basha is just cold right now. They have nothing going on offense, missing their shots, not getting the rebounds like we saw the entirety of the first half. And then on defense, just allowing them to drive in. They're just not stopping Hamilton right now.
And it looks like they're posing for a picture next to the scorer's desk right now. You've got 3 Basha members on their way in. And as it is the first timeout of the second half, Tate, you know what time it is. We've got to talk about the shoe of the game tonight. And I think tonight we've got to give it to the leader, to the big man, number 3, Mason McGee. I'm loving the yellow ones tonight. Once again, as always, we don't know what brand they are. I couldn't tell you the name. You couldn't tell me how much they're worth. But those yellow ones, man, they stood out to me tonight. I looked at that and I was like, ooh, that's nice. Like, that's a good pair of shoes.
It really makes him stand out, too. I mean, you could see him from anywhere on the court.
And look at the swoop. There's a little design in the Nike check. Oh, yeah, that's tough. Look at that. What is it? What is that? I don't even know, but that looks cool.
It really does. Maybe a big reason why he's playing so well.
Yeah, I mean, he's done really well tonight so far. He's got 17 points, only 1 foul this half, and could be up to the shoes. I don't know if you're super into the shoe game, but right now there's a big thing going on with the Air Jordans and their 40th anniversary, where Nike's running an ad campaign where they're putting a black bar over Air Jordans in any commercial or on their website. And they're doing that because when Jordan originally wore them in his first season of wearing them in the NBA, they tried to ban him from wearing those, so Nike had to pay a fee. And talk about return on investment. Look at the Jordan brand now 40 years later. Crazy to think where the shoe market would be had Jordan never taken that risk and Nike never paid that fee. Harris, the one-man team. And they'll call a travel on Harris.
And Harris, you really said it there, carrying the team right now, 6 for 12 from the three-point line, excuse me. And Jaden, I made this chart to keep track of all the threes this game.
Look at you.
Harris' attempts are almost outside of the box. He's taken so many.
He's got 20 points so far tonight, meaning 14 points is distributed along the rest of the team. As Boston Cloward loses control. That one is on Cloward. One of the first times we've seen him all season long. 3:12 remaining here in the third quarter. You're watching live on the BBN network from Basha High School here in Chandler, Arizona. Harris won't go. Rebounded by Brush. Harris is going to go in a little closer. This time he gets it. Jaden Rick and Tate Fitzpatrick on the call with our producer Timothy Seal tonight. And Emmett Morris down on the sideline, who you've seen a few times tonight already. Love hearing from him. Boliford, great moves. Cloward gets it to Captain. Cap makes a move, finds Leonard. And for a freshman, he is just so skilled. Boliford gets his 4th point of the night. Tainsky hands it off to Hudson Yang. Now back to Cole Jr. Cole Jr. off the board, won't go. Gets a putback, also won't go. He's struggling down low, and now Leonard falls for it, and it's a fight on the ground.
I don't even know what to say about that possession for the Huskies there. You've got Cole Jr., great drive.
I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's sloppy. He's not getting help down low. You can see 2 to 3 defenders already down there at the rim. He's got to get help from his teammates to get the ball out of trouble, especially when he's putting up shots and he's got a rebound over 3 people. The Huskies need to help their team right now. They cannot let Cole Jr. and Harris. Whoa! Oh, and Mason McGee might be hurt. I don't even really know what happened there, but we're just going to hope for the best and that Mason can get up in a minute. And finally, he will get on his feet. Doesn't look like there's any body parts injured, which is always a good sign. But he is going to go into the locker room, and we wish the best for him. I still don't even know what happened there. I saw his body up in the air, and then suddenly he's on the ground.
It looked to me, he was going for the dunk over him, and then he just got grabbed and pulled to the ground. Clear foul. Got hurt there, unlucky.
That's really what don't like to see when it's not on him, right? When he's the one getting a technical, and then he's the one who walks away with an injury. Leonard at the line, Montague. Basha's just got to close out the job now, right? You've got the lead. No more injuries. You were messing around. Time to close it out with poise. There's our camera guy, Jaden Laskowski. Almost got hit there. He might have gotten hit, quite frankly. I don't know. Hope he's okay, too. Make sure you guys check out the rest of all of the BBN has to offer. Just click on our name, the Basha Bear Network, right below your video. It'll take you directly to our channel. You can check out our sports podcast, Table Talk. Great 3 there from Yang. You can check out our sports show, Next Level. Check out our weekly news show. So much to see all in one place, the Basha Bear Network. Good move, pull up 3. Toilet bowls in. Throws the money in the well. You're not even excited anymore, Tate.
I mean, we just got word Mason is out for the rest of the game. How could you smile right now? I mean, I get up big, but...
I mean, Alexander working his way. Goliford with the rebound. Cloward. Baseline. Montague, top of key. Goliford just getting every single rebound. It's hard to guard and block out speedy guys like him. It really is. You cannot truly know until you've done it yourself.
He just runs around you, runs circles.
Oh, yeah.
No chance you could box him out, so you just got to hope he isn't there by the time the ball lands.
He's like Sonic. Little hedgehog. Under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Leonard, corner. And that's going to a different area code, but Cloward gets the shot. Oh my goodness! Buzzer beater out of nowhere What a recovery. Why have we had the most exciting moments at the end of every quarter, Tate?
I don't know, but the team seemed to turn it on when the clock's about to hit 0.
Definitely. Emmett now has more on the sideline about the Mason update.
Jaden, Tate, I just received word that guard Mason McGee will not return to the game tonight after taking that huge fall. Probably suspect a concussion from that huge hit. Back to you.
So not the best of news, not the worst of news either.
3-second late violation, possession, Hamilton.
Basha up 17 here, just needs to find out a way to close the game out. And without Mason McGee, killer for them, but I think they can do it.
Look, if you're Hamilton, you kind of feel like Basha's been dogging on you. They've been messing around for 3 quarters with alley-oops, crazy three-point shots that Montague's rushing up, little to no defense. With their star out, and I know it's still 17 points, but only down 17, come back now. This should give you a spark. You don't give up until the game's over. Hey, guys, we have 8 minutes. Let's make that comeback.
Montague still off the mark, 0 for 8 tonight from beyond the arc.
Yikes. Harris, no foul call, but he's blocked by Middlebrook.
Out of bounds, baseline, possession, Hamilton.
Basha's offense, I mean, we haven't really seen anything coming from them in this entire second half. They've been pretty much stuffed.
And if you want to make a comeback, every single possession is a must score for Hamilton. You cannot take misses here. And you also can't take 30 seconds every single time. You've got to get shots up, and you've got to go inside. Cole Jr. spins, can't find anywhere. Once again, he's the only one rebounding. You can see Kingston Montague, you can see Jordan Goliford, you can see Leighton Leonard, and the only Husky down there is him. They're getting too prepared for transition defense, meaning they're either overconfident that he's going to make the shot or they're underconfident and think he's going to not get the rebound anyways. They are providing absolutely no help whatsoever on rebounds.
And that's just something you can't do down 17. You need to get points. You can't go and play a defensive game. It needs to be on the attack.
Of course. Isaiah Terry. Gonzalez still not finding anything inside. Taylor at half court. Nowhere to go. Same move. And shot clock violation. Down 17. You cannot have a shot clock violation. Throw up a shot. Just shoot it. You cannot have 30 seconds that you're burning to not even attempt a shot. Leonard leaps, won't go.
Leonard is so good at driving to the hoop. Of course, he didn't make the layup there, was fouled a little bit, but he's amazing at getting in, usually getting those rebounds too. Just what a player.
6'4" freshman. Say it a million times and impresses me every single one. It bounces around, ends up in the hoop. Tate, I know this weekend's a big weekend for me. Chiefs, Eagles, Super Bowl rematch. You guys don't know, Tate's a massive Bills fan.
Jaden, I don't want to talk about it. Let's get back to the game.
Tate is a massive
Nope, let's
Bills
get back
fan.
to the game.
But a lot of people have talked. I think the Chiefs and the Eagles are arguably the two most unlikable teams in the league. So, given the fact you don't really like either, who do you got winning?
Who do I got or who do I want to win?
They differ? Give me both.
I think the Chiefs are probably going to win, which I do not want them to. Who I want to win is, I mean, not really either team, but I want Saquon Barkley to get a Super Bowl.
Harris better walk away from this game with 5 college offers. The amount of scouts I've seen here and the performance he's put on for them, he's played just a really good game. And down this much, and he's still shooting well. Huskies down 15. 5 minutes left. And they're going to say that Gonzalez stepped out of bounds. Once again, you've got shot clock violations. You're stepping out of bounds.
I mean, if I'm the Huskies right now, I'm just trying to feed the ball to Harris. 7 for 14 from the three-point line. He is having an amazing game. He is hot right now. You got to give him the ball more.
Well, if you're Husky head coach Doug Harris, you've got to communicate to your players. Guys, shoot the ball, stop running around, get inside, or put up a nice solid 3. Simple. Now, I know that obviously sounds easier said than done, but at least take the shots. You're putting yourself in a situation where you're the reason you're losing when you're not shooting the ball. So, Mahomes for the Super Bowl? No?
Jaden, I don't want to talk about it.
Why not?
Because I don't want to talk about
why,
it.
you think the refs are cheaters, Tate?
I don't want to. I don't want to talk about it, Jaden. We're not bringing this up right now.
Afraid?
We're not bringing this up right now,
Jaden.
Jaden. Maybe we'll talk about it on Table Talk Next Level one of these weeks.
Average Bills fan conversation. They can't even communicate how they feel.
I can communicate.
Then do it.
Just not in a live broadcast, Jaden.
Why not? Because you think they're cheaters, and you're afraid to say it. Don't be afraid, Tate. I won't report you. I won't make you make another public apology. See, this is why you watch the Basha Bear Network. Where else are you going to get this high level of commentary with this much insight?
I don't know, Jaden. I mean, we both know our stuff so well. Talking about football in the middle of a basketball game.
Montague, pull up. Finally, he gets something to fall through. DeTrizio back in. Oh, great move. Frazier Taylor's got to finish the job, gives it to Gonzalez. He lays some bricks. Alexander cherry picking. DeTrizio down low, turn around. You got to put that up. And Alexander loses control. Gonzalez to Frazier Taylor. Taylor with the dunk. Kind of jumps a little too early, but he's got his boy Nate Tainsky there to finish the job. 62-47 here at the Bear Den. DeTrizio hands it off to Leonard, and Montague in control. Steers the ship. Spin, right hand, no good. Rebounded by Frazier Taylor. Huskies in transition. Pull up for Harris. Keep taking that shot, Harris. Keep taking that shot. You're so good at making these threes. You can miss a few. DeTrizio. Rebounded by Alexander. Basha just chewing the clock. They're without Mason McGee, who went out with an injury. Leonard, corner. And everybody's been kind of cold right now. Basha's kind of lost their streak. The Huskies never had a streak to begin with.
It's really not that good offensively right now. First half, we had 40-plus points by the Bears. This second half, I think we're around 20 right now with 3 minutes to go. Just not a very good offensive performance in the second half, largely because of their three-point shooting. They've only made 6 all game long. Just to put that in perspective, Harris on the Huskies, he's made 7, one more than the entire Basha team.
I know that you're not a big fan of talking professional sports, but we've got to mention it. The Lakers, Mavs trade. We were together that night watching the Lakers play the Knicks, playing without Anthony Davis. He was injured, maybe, supposedly. And it was a good win. Walked away feeling great. Thought, hey, trade deadline's coming soon. If we play like this without AD and we can get a center, who's going to stop the King from getting his 5th ring? Well, then the Mavs said, all right, what if we just ruined our team? What if we just gave you Luka Doncic for free? We're feeling some charity tonight. And now the switch, Doncic and LeBron, AD and Kyrie. I don't feel great about it, Tate. I don't know how much it'll really benefit either team. Both players, Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic, stars. They just fit each team differently. Leonard Montague, finally. He's up to 15 tonight, and that's surprising given that's his first made three-pointer.
And a lot of it has come at the line. He's been driving in, getting those fouls called on him, and he's just been able to make those free throws.
And Mason McGee back on the bench, out of the locker room. Looks to be not that serious given the fact he's back out. Oof. So how do you feel about this trade? What do you think? Give me your insight.
My first thoughts were, what are the Mavericks doing? You're giving away Luka. He's your franchise, like he's your whole franchise. He led you to a championship game. I don't understand it. He's young, he's good. And I'm not a Lakers fan. I know you are. You're feeling kind of iffy about the trade, but
I'll tell you why. Okay, I'm a Lakers fan, but I'm also a LeGoat fan, let me tell you. And the reason I'm not the biggest fan of the trade is, one, I think you've got to still build around LeBron. If you're starting to build with
Jaden, he's 40 years old.
Hold, let me finish. If you're building around Luka because you think LeBron's at the end of his stay, then why even keep LeBron?
Maybe he's going to get traded.
Where are you going to send him? He's got Bronny on the Lakers. Are you going to send him to the Warriors? To the Suns? I don't know. I think long run it'll be good for Lakers, but I want to see LeBron get a full hand of rings before he retires, and one with his son. I mean, come on. Could you imagine Game 7, Bronny, LeGoat, winning a Game 7 together? Best story in sports ever.
You sure Bronny would really be in that game, or would he be more on the bench?
Well, Bronny might technically be playing for the other team the way he usually plays. He might be assisting them a bit more. But, yeah, I'm just not a big fan of the trade. Not at all. We'll see. Maybe they know something that nobody else does. Otherwise, hey, Dallas, if you're looking for a general manager, sign me up. I will do it for free. And I'll do a better job.
For free, Jay?
I'll do it for free, and I'll do a better job.
Wow.
How about that? Yep.
Wow. I didn't know your ego was that low. Wait, no, yeah, I did.
Okay. Funny guy over here. Ready to make your second public apology yet? And Basha, they've gotten everybody in the game now. You could see Christian Hernandez in the game alongside Josh Montoya, Trizio, Griffey Williams, and even Jaden Turner. GW Visuals with the 3. You guys remember our Chandler Senior Night last year? Griffey Williams was our sideline reporter, and it only took us about 8 times of going to him before his audio started to work. Just keep in mind, right, we're a student-ran broadcast. We're all learning, you know, they're learning how to talk, how to work behind the scenes. Tate's learning to be funny. So everybody's learning their own things here, right? We appreciate you all sticking with us. We're here to give you the best show. That only works with your support. DeTrizio almost gets burnt, gets back in time. Good defense there. And a good rebound from Hernandez. 40 seconds left, 70-49 as Basha is going to move on from this Hamilton game with a smile on their face. Everybody getting playing time. Griffey fighting, gets it. What type of shot is that? See, that's the type of shot you take when you're, I don't know, down 17 with 5 minutes left. I don't know. Maybe you're trying to get up a shot. I don't know. Just me.
I could tell you're really mad about their earlier strategy, Jaden.
What? No, I'm not sure what you're referring to at all, Tate. Can you fill me in? Oh, step! Refer. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Now, that would have been another crazy end to this quarter. 1 second, shoot it. And that's it. Final score, 72-49. Basha, 5 of 6 in their last 6 games. And they're looking really good going into the open playoffs as Hamilton. They're still struggling. They can't beat the CUSD in-region teams, and they're keeping it a little too close with some of their out-of-region teams as well. I think that's something they're really going to have to look at. And we talked about the offensive strategy, but the defense was also non-existent. So I think there's some fundamental changes that are going to need to happen with the Huskies before you really see any major improvement.
Well-fought game by them tonight, though. I mean, only
I'll tell
scored
you this,
49,
well-fought
but
game by Davian Harris.
yeah.
MVP, sign him. I'm starting a rec team. I want him.
I mean, 7 for 15 from the three-point line, 21 points alone from behind that arc. That's insane.
He's crazy good. Really impressive to see him compete, even with the differential being that much. Coming up in a second, Emmett Morris down on the sideline with Leighton Leonard talking the game with the 6'4" freshman.
Jaden, Tane, I'm here with Leighton Leonard. Leighton, coming off the tough loss to Perry, how'd you guys bounce back tonight against Hamilton?
You know, we just thought we got to play as a team and move on. You know, we got to keep going. We got playoffs coming soon. So we just got to stay aggressive, keep the foot on everybody's neck, and, you know, just keep playing.
You guys applied a lot of pressure to Hamilton. Offense was firing on all cylinders. What did you guys talk about pregame to be able to do that?
We talked about moving the ball and playing with pace. Last time we played them, we started off slow. So now we came up with the process that we got to play aggressive always.
Take me through that alley-oop. Just what was going through your mind when you had that?
I tell all my PGs, if I'm on a fast break, just throw it up, I'm going to catch it.
Final question. You've got a couple tough games coming up. You've got Chandler again. You've got Castile here. Just what are you guys going to prepare for? And you've got playoffs, too. What do you guys need to do to be able to prepare for that?
Stay consistent.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
And with Leighton Leonard following the blowout win over the Huskies, Basha 2-0 against them so far this season, and it's unlikely we'll see the 2 rematch in the Open Division playoffs. Tate, as we mentioned already, great game for Basha, great game for Davian Harris on the Huskies, but a lot of changes for Hamilton as a whole. Well, Basha, if you can play at this level, I think you've got a real shot.
I mean, their star players weren't even, like, all amazing tonight. We've got Kingston Montague. Usually he is on it from the 3.
He was laying bricks left
He was
and right.
1 for 9, Jaden.
It was rough.
It was
really
not a
rough.
great game for him. Still dropped 15 somehow, some way, and Basha absolutely destroyed the Huskies tonight.
I think it was a interesting game, certainly, to see for Montague. And the type of shots I think that he was taking was really the concern. It wasn't like he was missing good shots, because sometimes you can't get mad at that. It's the way it falls, or you've got a really good defender. But he's taking these shots, and he just runs up, and he's shooting it, and it's from far, and he doesn't look like he's really planting his feet. They're kind of rushed, you know. I think he's got to continue to get back to some of those smarter shots, and I know we've seen him kind of play into that role of taking a little bit more quick shots, but I think that's got to go away as he gets further into high school. because that's not going to work. And clearly, when you go 1 for 9, it really doesn't.
I mean, speaking of the star freshman, we got to talk about Leighton Leonard, too.
Ooh.
Just got interviewed by Emmett Morris. Love
Big
him.
E.
Great game by him, driving to the hoop. He got a dunk, kept on ooping him. I
On his
mean,
head.
what a great game.
And I think we can end it on this here for Basha. You got to be careful. They're doing alley-oops. They're doing crazy stuff. McGee's going for a dunk, and then he gets injured. You've got to be careful when you're up this much, this close to the playoffs. You cannot let your starters get hurt. So they still have senior night coming up. Be careful. That would be my advice to the Bears, is be careful with what you're doing with your body before the playoffs. This would just kill you if you had an injury right now. It would just defeat morale so much.
It really would, especially to star players like Mason McGee. If Leighton Leonard gets injured, it would hurt them a lot.
That's all we have for you guys tonight. Thank you for tuning into the Basha Bear Network. We're live from Chandler High School. Basha's one and only student-ran broadcast. We will be here next Tuesday for Basha's senior night. That's all for now. Jaden Rick and Tate Fitzpatrick. We'll see you guys next time.